Hello and thanks for joining us. This is the Signature 30 Minutes. I am Ifunanya Iludianya. In the headlines, civil servants arrested for banditry in Zamfara. Another police formation attacked in Abia State. Reps may impeach Buhari if nothing changes after the security summit. And now the details. The president of the National Labour Congress, Ayuba Waba, says the increase in banditry, kidnapping, and other security challenges in Kaduna State are caused by the constant layoff of public sector workers by the El Rufai government in the state. Waba made this statement at the second National Peace and Security Summit in Abuja on Thursday. And now the reports. Ayuba Waba, chairman of the National Labour Congress, NLC, has blamed the constant increase in banditry, kidnapping, and other insurgencies in Kaduna on the layoff of public sector workers in the state. Waba said this at the second National Labour Congress National Peace and Security Summit in Abuja on Thursday. He said civil servants who have been laid off since 2016 are yet to be paid their gratuities, leaving both them and their dependents stranded.
We also want to use this opportunity of this summit to call on our political elites to take responsibility for the actions they take while in office. There is a clear nexus between throwing workers out of job and the resultant increase in unemployment and rising wave of insecurity. What is going on in Kaduna right now has a lot to do with the penchant by the Kaduna state government to throwing workers out of job at the drop of a hat. As we speak, from 2016 to date, over 29,000 workers have been thrown out of job. And we know that for every family thrown out of job, more than 10 other dependents are affected. And when we multiply all of this, it means that more than 500,000 families will be affected. To add salt to injury, those workers were never paid.
The summit, which focused on overcoming the siege of insecurity in Nigeria, imperative of human and physical security, sought to explore ways to seek public opinions on how to lift Nigeria from its current security challenges. Ken Namani, a former Senate president who chaired the event, described NLC workers as the taproot of Nigeria's sustainable democracy, as they are the ones who readily address issues people would rather shy away from. He further described the constant killing and attacks on security personnel in the southeast as an organized effort to remove security presence from the region.
Labour Congress, under the new leadership, even the old ones, I would say is a taproot of the sustenance of our democracy. Very difficult things that ordinary persons have difficulty saying, the Labour Congress is able to hammer on it. By so doing, they contribute tremendously to the stabilization of Nigerian democracy. Today, as we all know, the national unity, the cohesion, the peace and tranquility of the nation is under threat. Particularly the development in some parts of Nigeria, especially my own zone, southeast zone, and perhaps south-south. There's a very organized effort to chase away policemen or security men, the burning of police stations, killing of policemen at checkpoints and soldiers.
Former NLC President Hassan Sumonu, who co-chaired the event, described security as everyone's business, while Festus Keyamo, Minister of State for Labor and Employment, encouraged citizens to put patriotism before professionalism, and former Governor Adams Oshomole encouraged NLC to approach security from the perspective of working families.
If we continue to treat leprosy with the medicine for skin rash, we are not going to get it right. Our insecurity is the imposition of a unitary system of government on a truly federal republic of Nigeria that we all opted for at independence and since independence until the military came. So if we don't go back to where we began, we are not going to know peace.
Time when situations are already tensed in the country, every one of us should have a responsibility to ensure that we do not add to the already tense situation. And so statesmen, professionals, even journalists should at this time know that patriotism should come even before professional responsibility. But that is the truth. I was discussing with a journalist yesterday. I said, it is time for you to know that we are getting close to a situation of war. And so by this time, we should be more concerned about the unity of our country than protecting our tops.
To make, Comrade President, you are not going to succeed in educating those who are benefiting. Merchants of crisis cannot be tutored out of their business. They are not doing it out of ignorance. I ask you, Mr. President, NSC cannot continue to lament why basic social security laws, not the word security, social security, not just physical security. If a man has not eaten one good meal a day, does he need bullet to die? For me, it is criminal for any governor, and I emphasize any governor, as we speak, not to be paying as I went you that minimum wage.
Those at the summit included Professor Etanibi Alamika from the University of Jos, representative of Nigerian workers, a representative of NDLEA, the media, and members of the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives. Ifunanya Ilodianya in Abuja for Signature TV. The Nigerian Education Research and Development Council has presented the Accelerated Basic Education Curriculum to the Ministry of Education and calls for widespread adoption. The Council made this request in a courtesy visit to the Honorable Minister of Education on the Accelerated Basic Education Program held in Abuja on Thursday. Signature TV correspondent Chibweze Obi was present at the visit, and now the reports.
The Minister of State for Education, Chukwuemeka Nwajuba, stated that the program would help to address the out-of-school problem in Nigeria and promised to engage every concerned agency both at state and federal level for the full implementation of the program. The Executive Secretary, Universal Basic Education Commission, Dr. Hamid Baboy, stated that the high and increasing number of out-of-school children is a key challenge which Nigeria has to address, adding that this program would help Nigeria to address the challenge. He stressed the need for each zone in the country to accept and quickly implement the Accelerated Basic Education Program.
See how physically, because this is very important. We keep working with the state ministries, with the state SUBEB, and all the other agencies that are addressing various facets of our education, including nomadic education. We have all those.
And it's a key challenge that we have to address as an issue. We have to address it. There are a lot of other factors. As we, in UBEC, we work with stakeholders. We have to pay attention to make sure that each and every zone of the country is prepared to respond to challenges. And these challenges come unexpected. We have the norms. By the time we got to 2013, 2014, that figure just shot up.
Laban Onesimus, European Union Consortium in Education Lead Plan, observed that Nigeria has over 13 million out-of-school children, being the highest in the world. According to him, the program will take care of such children with age consideration as the basis for enrollment. He added that in Borno State, where the pilot program has about 54 learning centers with over 200 teachers and over 8,000 students already enrolled into the program.
You are aware that Nigeria has the highest burden of the out of school. We have like 13 million children that are out of school. The accelerated basic education takes care of that. We have 3 levels, level 1, 2, 3. Levels 1 for the accelerated basic education is an equivalent of primary 1 to 3. Level 2 is an equivalent of primary 4 to 6. Then level 3 is an equivalent of JSS 1 to 3. Like the state we are piloting it, which is Borno State now, we have like 54 learning centers and more than 8,000 learners at the moment. So what we do is that we have like 210 teachers that we have built their capacity managing the specialized curriculum.
Meanwhile, the Action Aid Nigeria is expressing concern over the poor funding of education in Nigeria. Action Aid says the poor funding limits free quality education to the poor. Country Director of Action Aid, Ene Obi, who was speaking at a one-day national dialogue on education and financing in Abuja, said the implication of the poor not having access to education is insecurity and other social challenges. She therefore called on the government to make proper investment in public schools so that every child will have equal access to education. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Tertiary Education Trust Fund, Senator Ahmad Baba Keita, said that the Senate Committee on Tech Fund is working to improve the standard of education in the country.
Implications, among others, include the continued deprivation of the much-needed revenue to the funds, to fund the delivery of free, quality, essential public services like education. The international financial outflows also has implications to the infrastructural development of the countries. Even more worrisome is the implication on the poor and the most vulnerable in the society, that legendary of increasing poverty and insecurity. What we are having now, if we don't repent and repair what we are, when we are taking all our children to go and school abroad, and then leave the children of the poor, many of them, what we have seen already, is that the children of the rich that go out, they still come back into the country. There will be no road to them unless we join our hands together.
Tertiary institutions as focus of the Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Tech Fund. I assure you that the committee, as one of the stakeholders, working to improve the standards of all tertiary institutions in Nigeria, and as well building on the gains so far made in the education sector.
Both the Accelerated Basic Education Program and the National Dialogue on Education Financing are moves by the stakeholders to resolve some of the challenges confronting Nigeria's education sector. In Abuja, Chibueze Obi for Signature TV.
The police in Benue have killed 3 armed bandits in an exchange of gunfire at Tomata Forest of the Katsina Ala local government area of the state. The police public relations officer, DSP Catherine Anene, disclosed this in a statement in Makurdi and said efforts were ongoing to arrest fleeing suspects. The police called on the people of Sankara to cooperate with the police by providing any useful information that will lead to the arrest of suspects at large. Exhibits recovered from the suspects included 2 AK-47 rifles loaded with 29 rounds of ammunition, cutlasses, and a bunch of suspected charms and knives. 2 students of the Calvary International Ministry, which is a few kilometers from the Yakubu Gowon International Airport, Hampang, in Bakin Ladi local government area of Plateau State, were attacked in the early hours of Thursday by armed men. According to an eyewitness from the school, the attackers stormed the school in the early hours of the morning in an attempt to kidnap the students who were still asleep. But some of the students that noticed the strange movements quickly alerted the security agencies, who responded swiftly, forcing the attackers to flee with only 2 students. The eyewitness, however, added that one of the 2 students abducted later escaped during a gun duel between the security personnel and the abductors. The Central Bank of Nigeria has queried the board of the First Bank of Nigeria for removing Adesola Adedotan as the managing director and chief executive officer without regulatory approval. The query is contained in a letter dated April 28, 2021, signed by the CBN Director Banking and Supervision Haruna Mustafa, and was addressed to the bank's chairman Ebukun Awosika Mustafa. Mustafa said that the action was taken without consultation with the regulatory authorities and was difficult to accept, and warned that disciplinary actions, especially given the systematic importance of the commercial bank, while noting that the tenure of Adudontan has yet expired. Some civil servants have been arrested for banditry in Zamfara State. According to the state government reports signed by the State Commissioner for Information, Ibrahim Magaji Dosara, on Wednesday, the civil servants were among the 35 suspects apprehended in Gusau, the state capital. The criminals have been interrogated and have confessed to the various crimes and have already been transferred to Abuja for further action before prosecution. The state government has therefore warned bandits to renounce criminality and embrace the state government dialogue and peace initiative. The state government has also warned traditional rulers to keep vigil on landlords who give out their houses to people with suspicious character within their domains, stating that the government will not hesitate to demolish any house given out on rent to criminals. The State House Security Service has warned Nigerians on a possible terrorist attack across the country, stressing that Boko Haram fighters were moving to Lagos, Ilorin, and Rivers States. In a public service message sent via social media platforms of the SSS, stated that terrorists were planning something that could be worse than the Yanya bomb blast in Abuja. It advised citizens to be mindful of places with large gatherings, such as mosques, churches, markets, and shopping malls, adding that such places could be targets for terrorists. The State Security Service further stated that government has instructed the Nigerian military to assemble patrol teams to mount checkpoints at strategic points in the states mentioned. In a recent development, the Central Bank of Nigeria also advised their staff to be more cautious and careful while carrying out their daily activities. The advice is coming as kidnap and ransom is on a constant rise in the country. In an internal memo passed to all the staff of the Apex Bank by its Director Security Service Department and made available to Signature TV, the Security Department is urging all CBN staff to apply extra efforts in securing their lives and properties. The memo disclosed that there is an ongoing plan by non-state actors to infiltrate the country, particularly the nation's capital. The memo advised that the Apex Bank workers limit social gatherings, avoid unnecessary traveling, retire home after work, and keep contacts of security agencies within reach for family and community members in case of emergency. Hoodlums on Wednesday attacked another police station in Abia State. The police spokesperson in the state, Godfrey Ogbonna, who confirmed the attack in a statement on Thursday in Umuahia, said the attack occurred at Mporo police station in the Ohafia local government area of the state, and blamed the attack on the criminals who took advantage of the morning rainfall to attack the station but were repelled by the police operatives at the station. Ogbonna stated that the hoodlums threw an explosive at the charge room, which caused damage to the counter, chairs, and benches, and also burnt one unserviceable police motorcycle outside and broke windshields of the patrol vans. The attackers stole 2 exhibit motorcycles, although no police officer was killed or injured in the attack. The police is currently on the trail of the suspects. And now on sports. Enyimba have qualified for the quarterfinals of the CAF Confederations Cup after a 96-minute goal from Cyril Olisema, giving the Nigeria one-side 1-0 win over Orlando Pirates on Wednesday night. The People's Elephant needed a win going into their final Group A encounter against the South Africans to advance to the next stage of the competition. And at the halftime, and with the score pegged goalless, the Aba-based side were at the bottom of the group standing. Wednesday's win ensured the coach Fatai Osho's charge finished top of the group with 3 wins and 3 losses. Pirates have beaten Enyimba 2-1 in the reverse fixture of the encounter, and despite the loss in Nigeria, the South African club made it to the quarters alongside Enyimba. The draw for the next round of African second-tier club competition will be held on Friday, April 30th in Egypt. Before we end the news, a recap of our major stories. Civil servants arrested for banditry in Zamfara. Another police formation attacked in Abia State. Reps may impeach Buhari if nothing changes after security summits. Please do well to stay safe, maintain physical and social distance, and wear your face mask while going out about your daily activities. This is the Signature 30 Minutes. On behalf of my producer, Anita Eze, I am Ifunanya Ilodianya. Thanks for watching.